Okay guys, today is vlogmas day 9. So I opened at day 9. Ooh, that's cute. Oh. And tomorrow day 10 will be right there. Now, ooh, I got the eye cream. Sorry guys, I had to do this because that's what I got, the eye cream. Yeah, I keep. Why you won't let me get the bath bomb out? How's that one? Alright, let's see. Just take all of it out. Yeah, just go ahead and take all this out because why not? Ooh, body lotion. And then later when I'm gonna try to get the bathroom out. So this is what I got. Let's go ahead and put in the trash. Okay. The fun things I would do. See, I don't know. I want to do what action video because sorry, he's just I don't talk to him, so I'm just knowing. do... No, that's 31 minutes. I don't know. That's 20 minutes. There you go. Let's do top 10 terrifying creatures from the Bible that haunt your dreams. I don't read the Bible, so...
What is happening? Welcome back to Most Amazing Top 10. Put on your holy hats for this one. Here are the top 10 terrifying creatures from the Bible that will haunt your dreams. Number 10, dragons. Dragons have been part of mythology for a while, but they've also been a part of Christian legends. St. George himself, apparently he slayed a dragon. I can't even paintball, and this man took down a biblical dragon. Revelation 22, it reads, "And he seized the dragon, that ancient serpent who is the devil and Satan, and bound him for 1,000 years. 1,000 years? I feel like we needed more time than 1,000 years. I don't know. What year is it again? We're due for a couple of dragons. Sleep in fear. Number 9, the second beast. Yeah, I know. I'll get to the first one later. You know how we do it here on YouTube. You won't believe number 4. Know what I mean? Revelation 13:11. Then I saw another beast rising out of the earth. It had 2 horns like a lamb, and it spoke like a dragon, causing fire to come down from heaven to the earth in full view of the people. So there were a lot of witnesses. I'm sure that was quite jarring for every party involved. Also, it causes everybody, both small and great, rich and poor alike, you'll be marked by this demon. You'll be marked on your right hand or your forehead so that no one can buy or sell from you unless, they get rid of that mark. That's the name of the beast, or the number of its name. Revelation 13:16. Number 8, giants. Mentioned in Samuel 17:158. And there came out from the camp a champion named Goliath of Gath, whose height was 6 cubits and a span. I'm 6'2". I don't know what that means, but that's pretty tall. He had a helmet of bronze on his head, and he was armed with a coat of mail, and the weight of the coat was 5,000 shekels of bronze. Spoiler alert, Goliath fell to David, but there's a race of giants called the Amorites. And, well, they stepped into it. They're actually mentioned more than 80 times in the Bible. One description mentioned in Amos 2:9-10 paints quite the picture. Yet it was I who destroyed the Amorite before them, whose height was the height of the cedars, and he was as strong as the oaks. Yet I destroyed his fruit above and his roots beneath. Also it was I who brought you up from the land of Egypt and led you 40 years through the wilderness to possess the land of the Amorites. That is quite the description. If somebody were to describe me, they'd be like, yes, Taylor, the height of that bush, and the strength also of that bush. Number 7, 4 beasts of Daniel. 4 beasts, that's a lot of beasts. It's like a foreign one here. The first was like a lion and it had eagle wings. Quote, that as I watched, its wings were plucked off and I was lifted up from the ground and made to stand on 2 feet like a human being. And a human mind was then given to it. Daniel 7:4. Yeah, that sounds like a pretty intimidating thing to see. These entities are described as a lion with eagle wings, and there's also a bear, there's also a leopard, and this 4th beast that's still a complete mystery. So there you go, fill in the blanks yourself. The bear has 3 ribs in its mouth also, between its teeth. It's very scary to look at. The leopard also has wings as well as 4 heads. So it's like 8 beasts in total. It's like 8, we got like 13 now. How many heads are we counting here? Heads or bodies? Like, how are we counting? The mysterious 4th beast is apparently full of horns, and it's got iron teeth and 10 horns protruding out from it. So it's full of horns, and it's got more horns. All the horns. The beast symbolizes the great 4 kingdoms, but the ribs and the teeth thing, that's going to be in my head right free. That's really scary. Number 6, the Nephilim. The Nephilim are demigods. They were described, of course, as being gigantic in size, and in Genesis 6:1-4, they're mentioned as such. When people began to multiply on the face of the ground, and daughters were born to them, the sons of God saw that they were fair, and they took wives for themselves of all that they had chose. Then the Lord said, my spirit shall not abide in immortals forever, for they are flesh. Their days shall be 120 years. Again, awfully high, maybe 80s, that's okay with me. 120, I don't want to live to my death. The Nephilim were on the earth in those days, and also afterwards, when the sons of God went into the daughters of humans, who bore children to them. So these sons of God, these fallen ones, many believe are not the greatest. They're fallen sons like Lucifer, that kind of thing, you know what I mean? Number 1333, there's a passage that...
The hot honey adds that perfect sweet beat. Sheesh.
Okay, back to work.
What about your neck?
It's good to go.
Advil dual action says, and there we saw the Nephilim, and we seemed to ourselves like grasshoppers, and so we seemed to them. Yeah, giants, we're grasshoppers, with Lucifer in the picture. No thanks. I've never felt smaller, if I'm being honest, or scared. Number 5, the
I'm not scared
Leviathan.
of
Isaiah
Lucifer or
27:1.
David
Quote, "In that day the Lord will
or
punish
Satan.
Leviathan the fleeing serpent with his fierce and great and mighty sword. Even Leviathan, the twisted serpent, and he will kill the dragon who lives in the sea." Yeah, we're talking about sea monsters now. This one has more than one head, again, as do most on this list. The Leviathan is a beast of chaos, specifically. It was defeated at the hands of God, and once upon a time, Sir Humphrey Gilbert saw a beast in the sea that had a lion's head. What do you know? Could it be? Many biblical verses mention said Leviathan. I will not fail to speak of Leviathan's limbs, its strength, and its graceful form. Who can penetrate its double coat of armor? Who dares open the doors of its mouth, ringed about with fearsome teeth? Its back has rows of shields tightly sealed together. Yeah, if this was a boss in Zelda, I wouldn't win this battle. This is I've never heard something described so fiercely in my entire life. Number 4, the first beast. Welcome. Told you we'd do it. Number 4, you won't believe it. Let's do it. We talked about the second beast, so, in Quentin Tarantino fashion, we gotta do the first one afterwards, get you caught up. The first one, literally, the first beast, is referred to in Revelation 13:1-2. "And I stood upon the sands of the sea, and I saw a beast rise out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his heads the name of blasphemy. And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear, and his mouth as the mouth of a lion. And the dragon gave him his power, and his seat, and great authority." There's actually 2 of these monsters. This one has 7 heads and 10 horns. This beast was once a great king, but before it could rule, it was cast into perdition. There's many who believe that this first beast is a literal antichrist. Number 3, vampires. Remember when Edward said to Bella in the woods, "Say it." And then she's like, "Vampire." That and Robin Williams' Jack, both really emotional on the soul. Well, it turns out vampires were real. Vampires were mentioned in around 50 verses from the Bible. Now, of course, this is an ongoing argument because, well, obviously, we want to know if they're real, but the verse goes as such. "There are those whose teeth are swords, whose fangs are knives, and they're to devour the poor from the earth, the needy from among mankind." Now, many believe, of course, it's not actual capes floating and turning into a bat vampire, and rather just the wealth of the people that's being devoured. But I don't know. Sea monsters, locusts, multiple heads with multiple horns. I don't know. It sounds like vampires would be the least of our concerns. Number 2, plagues. We grew up studying medieval plagues, but did we ever imagine that we'd live through one like we did the past few years? Who could have predicted any of that? Why, the Bible. Of course, it was there all along. That's why we're here, right? Does it hold any clues to our impending doom? Has it been right before? Revelation 6 and Matthew 24 both foresee this pandemic hitting before the return of one Jesus Christ. So, I don't know. Maybe there's a silver lining. He's got an excellent beard. He's due to arrive any minute now. And finally, number 1, locusts. We saw these in 2016, just floating about. God, that was terrifying. This is Revelation 9:3-10. The Bible is home to some strange events, otherwise, terrifying. "And then from the smoke came locusts on the earth, and they were given power like the power of scorpions of the earth. They were allowed to torment them for 5 months, but not to kill them.
Ugh,
and their
I
torment
hate
was like the
locusts.
torment of a scorpion when it stings someone. In appearance, the locusts were like horses prepared for battle. On their heads were what looked like crowns of gold, and their faces were like human faces." Well, that's terrifying. That's a scary, scary passage. I'm not coming for your beliefs in any way, shape, or form in this entire video, but that is jarring to imagine. Don't sin, or you'll get locusts with human faces sent to fly your way. Awesome. Among the 10 plagues in the Bible, this one sounds like it's perhaps the worst because, well, I don't like bugs. 5 months of torment caused by pit locusts. This could happen. I'm not trying to alarm anybody, but back in 2016, locusts covered over 270,000 square miles in Russia. Just out of nowhere, just hundreds of thousands of locusts. Now, none of them had human faces, but it still sucked nonetheless. Give this video a like and maybe we'll be good on locusts and, good vibes all around.
Alright guys, I will see you in my second video, so I'll see you then.